Let's
We're
settle
good.
down now that we're,
Okay.
functional again.
You can't
Semi-dysfunctional
contain
We are
again.
us.
ready to dungeon a dragon, my dudes.
Okay, so hey everyone, thank you so much for your patience. Um, this is Keys to Khasarys. This is a homebrew 5e D&D campaign that we're starting. I will be your dungeon master. My name is Dice Rolling Mama, and this is my wonderful, wonderful cast. If everyone could just introduce themselves really quick, just in case we're just, we're starting over. So, fresh start.
Honestly, by this point, I think I've forgotten who I am, so this will
Okay.
be helpful.
That's fair.
Hi, I'm B. I play Ada, druid half elf. Yeah.
Hi, Veronica.
Oh,
Okay,
we're
Smith.
doing the short ones. Hi, I'm Smith. I'm playing Conrad DeLucy, the human paladin. I thought we were doing longer ones.
Yeah, I thought we were doing longer
Waiting.
ones too.
No, we'll just do it real quick and then get into the meat and
Hi,
bones.
I'm Olivia, or Livy. I'm playing Niev of One Hope, the Aasimar fighter.
You said ass.
Nice.
Anna!
Hi, I'm Ares. I'm playing Zila. She's the bard. It's gonna be fun. I'm
Oh,
bright blue.
the little one doesn't like us cussing. Sorry.
Well, okay, fair enough. But like, nothing can censor me, especially me.
Yay. Okay, we're good. Sorry,
It's just
continue.
So that's the team.
Yeah, so
Fighter, paladin, druid, bard.
Excellent.
So, previous to our stream, our party was scattered across the multiple continents of Khasarys. Ada and Niev traveled from their respective homes to the town of Westover, where they caught a teleportation circle at the local travel agency and made their way to Ascedran for the coming festival. Zila escaped her horrible family on a uncharted island off the coast of Highfall and made her way also to Ascedran to catch the festival. Conrad, who was already near Ascedran, had a much shorter trip and has found himself in Ascedran and in a bit of a pickle. The party has individually, partly,
Cucumber
and
of my
as a group,
own pickling.
come over to the fairgrounds, and as Ada and Niev and Zila watched, Conrad, a stranger to them at this point, has seemingly hopped over the divider in a market stall booth and disappeared. And we are going to pick it up with you, Conrad. Tell me what you're doing.
So where we left off on session 0, I had just spoken with a very, very shady gentleman in the market bazaar, and he closed shop. I heard screaming. I peeked inside, and the whole thing was caked in blood, and I just hopped the table inside his little shack. So, I'm currently standing on him, correct?
Yes, you hopped over and found yourself standing on what feels like, and to your investigation roll, ended up being a body.
Yeah, so I suspect the thing is still in here. I don't know, but I suspect it. So, can I attempt to perceive it?
Yeah.
Attempt.
You wanna roll me some
See if
sweet
I can-
perception rolls?
Yeah, you wanted at disadvantage?
Yes,
it's
because it
dark.
is dark and you are a human.
You're the only one without dark vision.
Get wrecked, nerd.
That's
That
a
is
2.
true.
That is a big 2.
Okay, so as you stand in this stall, which actually it feels more spacious than it looked on the other side of that table, uh,
Oh,
but you don't really know where the thing is that may have caused him to scream. If you listen really hard, you can't hear it either.
alright. I am gonna turn around, so I'm facing back towards the other way. He had pulled that box with the skulls in it from under the table I jumped over, correct?
Yes.
I'm looking for that.
Okay. Uh, so you feel around, and your fingers move over a number of different wooden surfaces. Some feel very rough. None feel as smooth as the box looked. Uh, you don't feel anything similar in size. All the boxes under there are either much bigger or much smaller.
Grab one and open it. See what's inside. Or attempt to see what's inside. It's dark.
Okay. So you grab a random box and pull it towards you, and feeling around the top and feeling around the sides, you get a sense of where the lid is. You follow it around, and there is a latch. It's not locked. You flip it up, you open it up, and the smell hits you first. You're,
Always good.
it's just about the most God's awful thing you have ever encountered. You had your sister's cooking before, and while it wasn't, terrible, nothing compares to this smell. Your eyes immediately begin to water. Uh, your stomach starts to churn. What do you want to do?
But I can't tell what's inside.
There's nothing discernible about the smell other than, like, it could be dead animal on a 3-week desert with gym socks and moldy mac and cheese.
Okay.
Ooh.
Close the box, go to another one.
Okay.
I'm looking for stuff.
Okay. This next box that you get is smaller. It fits in the palm of your hand. There's no latch. It just opens. And when it opens, you hear a delicate tinkling of musical tones. And you can hear the whir of a clockwork piece. By feeling around inside of it, there is a figure that seems to be turning around.
Close that, put it back, definitely cursed. Moving
I love your instinct there.
Yeah.
Nope.
Listen, that's going to keep us alive a long way.
Oh yeah, because Ada has no sense of intelligence whatsoever.
I love how my daughter is like daddy's socks.
Zila is not world weary. She has no idea what anything is. So you're going to have to be the common sense for the.
Oh no, Conrad has all the common sense.
Unfortunately,
no.
the wisdom
I have
of negative
Anyways.
one.
So,
Okay, back on track.
yeah, while
Boxes.
Conrad is searching these boxes, we're going to switch really quick over to the three of you because from what you've seen, this guy was just standing there and then he moved a fabric out of the way and hopped a thing. And this has got to be weird to you guys.
I'm gonna follow because that dude was like definitely covered in blood and okay,
What?
this is odd.
Honestly, I think Otto would start looking for the nearest like guard because there's this man covered in blood and dirt hopping into a closed stall, and
You little
someone should.
snitch.
I'm calling it Adas the Narc.
Niev puts a hand on Otto's shoulder and
Okay.
says, "You know, guy looks like that. I give it 95% chance that there's some heroing to be done." What do you say, Otto?
You first. Okay.
Of course.
And Jill just.
Who else would go first?
I'm already going. I'm gone.
Niev's like, no, I'm going first, and sprints after you.
I'm just gonna speed walk after you then. Alright then.
And Ada is just strolling behind you, just like, okay, we're doing this.
We got the three different levels of threat assessment. It's just hero time versus okay, we're going, and
Yeah, like so we're going towards like a tent, right? Like a
Yes.
booth.
Yes. Let me bring up that map.
While you're bringing that up, do I want to do a brief description of a character so people know what they're looking at?
Yes,
All right.
absolutely. That's a great idea, B.
Okay, so Ada is a half-elf with copper hair. She's a bright ginger. She's wearing this same bandana, so all like rainbows and dark blue and stuff. She is dressed in green clothes underneath a leather vest. That is her leather armor. And she is fairly down to earth, and she has like a pocket and always covered in dirt. Because, yeah. Yeah?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Niev is an inch shorter than Ada, and
Oh, yeah,
it
she's
pisses her
6'3".
off. Niev is 6'1". She is a very well muscled Aasimar lady. She's built sort of like a boxer, like speed and strength. She similarly has bright orange, like carrot top hair. Like it's a slightly different shade, but they're both like bright redheads. And she has freckles sort of just everywhere across her face. And probably the most striking feature about her, other than her voice or size or hair or very strong jaw, is the fact that her eyes are completely white.
y'all that could cut glass.
A jaw that has cut glass. Provably.
All right.
Thick queen.
Zila?
You want me to go next? Oh god, I'm being put on the spot.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's almost like you've drawn this character.
About 60 times over the course of 5 years, yes. Hi, Zila is a very tall beanpole figured elf with bright blue skin, dark black hair. She has a cloak that's barely covering clothes that are perhaps a little bit more high quality than you would expect, and that's somewhat dragged down by the fact that she's been traveling in these for a while, and there's absolutely just mud all over the hem. Like, there's definitely a rip in the bottom of the skirt somewhere. No time to take care of that.
Conrad?
And Conrad is a younger looking gentleman who is extremely dirty, just covered in grime, and very intentionally has not bathed for a couple days.
He's also covered in blood.
Not covered.
Splattered.
Splatter. Yeah, I was about to say splattered.
So he's splattered in blood.
Although jumping over this counter may have moved me up to covered. We'll see.
That's true.
Young guy, long hair. Right ear is a patch of shorter hair. Looks like he took a dagger to it and cut it just there.
Hair color?
Uh, brownish. It's hard to tell through the grime currently.
One might argue that on some level, all hair is brownish.
Okay. All right. So we have map now. Yay!
Excuse me while I have some more technical difficulties.
Okay. Oh.
Well, you know, when you buy a tripod for $2, you're not going to
valid.
get much.
I'll hop in here to add that Niev is wearing very fighty clothes. Everyone else is, I believe, dressed kind of like normally.
Anna's
Conrad
for
does
normal
have
but travel, so she
chainmail
has
on.
like Conrad has chainmail on.
Okay, Conrad
That's
has
something
chainmail on, but that's Conrad.
over dirty clothes and
So dirty
it is
clothes
also
but
very dirty.
chainmail.
Speaking of Conrad,
Do we have a Conrad?
Do we have a Conrad?
Conrad, you hear multiple sounds of feet, like multiple sets of feet, rushing towards you, thumping on the packed ground of the fairgrounds. And as the Tribunal of Chaos approaches, the movement, the sudden movement of so many people rushing forward, kind of moves the curtain that the gentleman who was previously alive had dropped, and it sort of like moves it away. And for a brief moment, while it moves, the market stall interior is illuminated, very briefly. You are able to look on the floor and see, yes, you are standing on that man's body. And by his hand, by his head, has fallen the open box.
That had the skulls in it? Or...
Yes, the one that had the freaky, weird skulls in it.
Grab that.
Priority.
Oh, I won't touch the clockwork. That's haunted. But these weird skulls, though? Let me get in there.
Wisdom of 9, and I want them.
Fair enough.
Absolutely. Okay. So, yeah, you go ahead and you grab up the box. There are only 3 skulls in there.
Fine. Close the box.
All right. At this point, this Tribunal of Chaos has arrived, and you are standing right outside of the market stall. What you guys see is a oilcloth just, hanging down in front. You hear a little bit of movement inside.
I'm gonna go inside.
Does it? Hold on. Does it look dark? Like, is it dark in there?
It is dark in there.
Okay. Niev draws her sword. And Niev's sword is it's like a broadsword. It's like a hand and a half deal, but it looks a little big for her. And that doesn't seem to be stopping her though. And on the bracer in her other hand, which her other hand is her right hand, she casts light, and leading with that hand charges in.
This very small room. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you charge in?
Just like throw, because it's like a cloth covering, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
There's a table in the way.
Then I jump it.
Duh.
Yeah, I got so much crap for jumping the table, and like, I do it.
To be fair, you can jump stuff when you see other people jump stuff. That's the rule.
Okay, sure. Let's go.
Well,
Niev leaps the
we are
table.
homebrewing, so yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Niev leaps the table and just throws the curtain aside and just like blasts this celestial light all over the room. And it's
Okay.
just like,
I dig it.
yeah,
However, Niev is one of those people who is incredibly strong and yet has no full concept of her own strength. Wouldn't
this
you
is
say
true.
that's a fair assessment?
I would say that. Okay,
In
Okay.
moving the curtain aside, you just rip it the hell down.
that's fair. I would say that Niev is fully aware of how strong she is. Like, she doesn't not know how strong she is. She doesn't know that that can be a bad thing.
Okay.
That's the deal I'll make.
Okay. That sounds fair. So, yeah, in your excitement and your eagerness to right wrongs and save the day and do some heroing,
Yeah, that's fair.
you just you pull it aside a little too hard and it flutters to the ground.
I'm cool with this.
Now you see, faced before all of you, and Conrad, you can also see this, the scene upon the map.
Oh,
Oh,
oh my god. Oh my.
Hi.
This
Go.
is the part where I just kind of heel turn and just throw up. just onto the street. Just
Oh god! Oh, with sound effects, I love it.
I'll immediately turn to Zila and like, are you okay?
Niev rips it aside and goes, "The hero of One Hope approaches." Oh, that's not good.
I was trying to handle this quietly, but if you want to just charge in, come right.
I don't see anything on you that could be described as quiet, sir.
oh my god, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You.
Yeah, it's
I'll
just a
keep
bottle.
an eye out for people starting to pay attention to what's going on. Do I need a perception check for that?
Yes, please.
Awesome.
No, the festivals were deadly.
Because we know perception is Ada's specialty. It's not. It is definitely not.
It is
Not
the
having
highest
good
in the
news.
party. It's tied for highest in the party.
That's 14.
Okay, that's pretty decent. You see that a couple people have like glanced over, but they aren't really paying a lot of attention to you because floating islands and airships.
Yeah.
And there you can hear music out and about. It seems that bands have taken the stage. There's there's people shouting and there's
Okay, so we're not making too much of a ruckus because it's not like a calm market day. We're at a festival and there's noise everywhere.
absolutely.
Party in
And
the world.
yeah, and everyone's like, it's like people are walking around the World's Fair right now.
Oh yeah, we can do whatever the hell we want.
I mean, you see kids puke at Disneyland all the time.
But yeah, so I'll just like vaguely keep an eye out for going wrong. It's like, everything all right in there?
I'm assessing
Obviously
the situation. Niv's gonna walk right over to Conrad and be like, "Man, what happened?"
I was talking to this gentleman. He held up a box, looked concerned, closed the curtain, and then I heard a scream. And when I peeked inside, he was dead and the place was covered in blood. I'm trying to find the thing that did it so it doesn't hurt anyone else.
I see. I see.
And I was trying to handle it quietly to keep anybody else from getting hurt. But here we are.
Again, you're a man in heavy armor, covered in blood,
It's medium.
jumping a table? You were gonna do it quietly. You missed on like 4 counts there, my man.
You could have
I'm
just
rolling
walked
insight on
around.
him. Let me do
Quietly
this.
as a.
Ada will like actually talk over her shoulder while dealing with Zila. You could have just walked around.
To where? There is no entrance. Look at this place. It's stacked with boxes. There
How
is
did
no
he
other
get in?
entrance.
That is a good question.
I think he
I'm
built
not-
it around himself and was just going to spend the week here.
Well, okay, fair. Could have. I don't know. You could have moved it. You could have
That
just
is
like.
hardly the point here.
I'm
Sorry.
chasing a small animal potentially. If I move stuff, it's going to get out.
How small of an animal would be able to kill a
It fit in a
whole...
box. I
Oh,
don't know.
we're dealing with animals.
It's a minotaur, right?
Yes.
What do you think? It was a killer rabbit?
I don't know. I'm trying to find.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. You don't
So
need to
you'll
worry about
search
this
for it?
situation anymore, my friend.
Both of you, just search for whatever it is. Have you investigated anything?
I was looking.
Were you looking through boxes or were you looking around the boxes? Because if it got out, it wouldn't be in a box already.
Well, maybe it's a mimic. Maybe it is a box. I don't know.
What's a mimic?
Yeah, what's a mimic?
Don't worry about it.
Yet.
Saying that makes me worry about it, friend.
I'm gonna check this dude's injuries.
Okay.
Let the professionals handle this.
All right. So
I'm
before we get to the injury checking, I just want to describe for you this room because in my nerves and anxiety, I completely forgot to do that for you now that everything is exposed and you can see everything. The construction of this booth, you can see on the very back wall, there are hooks up by the top of it where it meets the cloth awning. And you can tell from the way that the hooks connect to the backboard that this was the back was the last piece to go on, which would have allowed him to bring all of his stuff in and then turn around and whoop, hang up the back.
So the back can be open.
The back
Gotta
can be
keep the
opened.
props if there's no entrance.
I mean, he could have just climbed over like everyone else. That seems to be the preferred method of entry.
Oh, Ada hasn't gotten in yet. She's still on the outside of the table, just kind of like, because the curtain was ripped down, so there's no point going over it and getting yourself dirty.
Yeah.
So there's like.
Well, there's always a point in getting dirty.
So
Ada is like here.
So on your right, when you're facing all of this chaos, are 3 tall bookcases that are absolutely packed with tomes. And these books are in various sizes, various conditions, various languages, and they're very tightly pressed together in these, I would say about 3.5, 4 feet tall bookcases. Along the back wall, the boxes are stacked 2, 3, and 4 high in places. There are glass bottles and jars everywhere filled with various weird looking substances. Some are red, some are blue, some sparkle, some glow. Some seem to be mocking you somehow. Not quite sure how that works. There are earthen jars in various states of care. Some are really filthy and clearly were ripped from a tomb somewhere. And some are very, very clean and may have been fired last week. There are a number of boxes off to the side, and all of the boxes are in various conditions, various sizes. There's a few kegs. and there's a number of carpets and rugs all over the floor, which are currently turning red because this poor Minotaur man is just bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. Which brings me to Zila. Can you give me a medicine check, please?
I may be able to do that for you. Let me
Are you
roll and see if
proficient
the
in it?
answer is actually no.
Are you-
Ah, I see. I perceive.
Damn, Skippy. You can see that he is dead.
Yeah.
Go team!
Woo!
So,
That's
solved
my
another one,
next
lads.
Through your
Wrap it up with
examination,
one of them.
through your examination of the body, you find that there is a very large hole uh, in his throat, and the last bits of blood are slowly just.
Oh, like rip his larynx out?
Yeah. You know that scene in Roadhouse?
No, but I have
No.
a good visual right now. God.
Also,
Okay, so-
I don't know what a larynx is.
Yeah. Oh,
It's like this part. This is ripped out right here.
Yeah, just.
Oh, yikes.
everybody
gonna,
read
You
Yeah,
know,
this figure.
stereotypical wolf attack rips the throat out. Yeah.
just gonna close this dude's eyes. Just a sec. Do you know why someone would rip out someone's throat?
I
Oh,
would
we're looking for
assume
an
it was
animal.
the small animal he was keeping in a box, and I would assume its motivation was you were keeping me in a box.
Is there a small box around him?
There
Like on the
was.
ground?
There is no longer.
There's a
Oh.
small box in my hand.
I'll look at the person. Did you see the box that he was shaking that was angry?
Before he closed the curtain, yes. This is a
Do you
different
see
box.
where it
This
is?
something we had agreed upon earlier.
Okay, that's fine. I don't give a shit about that. Where's the small box that he was holding that had the angry thing? And if
I
you
was
look in the
looking
small
for it.
box, I will look around for small boxes, I guess.
I will help.
Do I get to roll with advantage?
Yes,
Anna?
because you are getting assistance. Sorry about that.
No, it's cool.
You're
It's
good.
investigation, advantage. Yeah, like, boy, this is lovely because I have no added to my investigation.
Hey, while you are rolling with advantage, I just want to put out a quick disclaimer. I had meant to do this at the beginning of the stream. A lot of the content that you are going to see and a lot of the decisions that I make are going to be homebrewed because, Veronica, cover your ears, fuck Wizards of the Coast. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're going to tell our gay, happy stories. Happy meaning, spooky and blood-filled and awful and terrible,
But
and I
they're
love it.
ours, damn it.
Yes, but they're ours, and we're going to tell them, and they're not going to hold us down. So, also, fire Mike Merles.
Oh,
Hi,
big
Mark
fire that
Monroe.
dude.
Okay, so,
Okay.
you rolled with advantage.
Yes, I got a 14.
It was spectacular. What were you looking for again?
the small box. A small box that looks like it contained an animal.
You know what? You actually find quite a few of them, and you can tell that they may have held animals at one point because some of them have holes drilled in them.
Okay. But is
They're-
there one particularly that looks like it fell out of his hand?
No.
Or like, awesome. Damn, that would make things easy.
Do I see the box with the tent illuminated now, or shack, as it were, illuminated? Do I see the box that he was holding?
You picked up the box, and you took it.
Angry box?
Not the one with the skulls, the one with the.
But that
You
was the
swapped
box.
boxes.
Because he saw the original, the one that was angry.
Yes.
A heavy silence.
There is a heavy silence. Before I answer your question, Ada, are you still keeping a lookout, or are you actively
Yeah.
engaged? You're actively engaged in the search for the box.
Well, I vaguely looked around the room, and Zila, I think, was the one who got in there. But I was just glancing around the room what I could see because I'm standing right here.
Okay.
So I was able to see everything because Neve has a light on her that's illuminating the area.
Yes.
Even
Yeah.
if I have dark vision anyways. But so I was doing basically a passover, seeing if I could see it because I know what animal boxes look like. I'm a farmer.
Yes. Uh,
I'm a firm.
all of the boxes that you found that may have contained animals at one point are
Housing everything else in them
they're
except animals.
they're like underneath a bunch of other boxes. Two are under the
So they're
table.
not okay. But I'm gonna keep an eye out on the crowd anyways.
Okay. Um, and Conrad was looking for what?
The animal box.
The
that
animal box.
He held up before he closed the curtain and
That was the
screamed.
box with the skulls.
Was it?
Yes.
The one that was making angry sounds?
Yes.
Oh. And now there's a skull missing from it.
Yes.
I would like to say, throughout all of this, Niev is staring just dumbfounded at Conrad. Carry on.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a different box, that's why I was okay.
Oh, I'm sorry for not being clear about that. Yeah, it was the box of the 4 elongated skulls, and one of those is missing.
So there's
Whoa.
I would like all of you to roll a. You know what? All of you except B. Or I'm sorry, Ada. Roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
oh boy.
Oh boy, I'm so good at those guys.
Uh-oh.
That's about right.
Oh,
16.
no.
Oh.
Head empty. Hero time. Oh no.
Okay.
One more.
Wasn't a 1, though.
At least it wasn't a 1.
That
It's
is
been nice
true.
knowing you though.
Well, I didn't get my backup ready in time.
Okay. So Neath,
Yeah, what's
you are staring dumbfounded at Conrad, and your thoughts become
You go.
violent.
Oh boy.
You start wondering things like, that's an awful lot of blood on him. I wonder if I can add to it. How much can I add to it?
Okay.
How much
I
is
will
in
do-
him, and how much can I get out?
I think Niev rationalizes this really quickly, and she just steps up, brings up a fist, haymaker right to Conrad's face. What do you mean, leave this to the professionals? And just clocks him.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh,
Conrad is not expecting this. I would give advantage.
okay.
Hit me. Hit me. I want you to hit me.
Roll it
Perhaps
up,
we could-
Libby Boo.
Perhaps we could
Okay,
wait
okay.
until we find the thing before the. Oh, never mind. You're already.
Oh.
Oh. Okay, that's how we're doing it.
Is that a 15 or a 16? I can't tell.
That
15.
is a 15.
That is a miss.
Oh,
Oh no.
Hits my armor.
yeah. You go to swing, and
Wait, 15 is your armor?
No, 16 is my armor.
Oh, okay.
You go to swing and your fist just can't quite make it. There's something about the act of trying to hit him that inside your heart you feel like no, this is wrong, and you fight against it, but you're already swinging through, and your fist just glances right off of his shoulder plate
Ow.
or shoulder
What?
area, since it's medium armor.
What the fuck?
Niev, what the fuck?
I feel like that was a little bit excessive. Though, to be fair, I don't know you, so.
What happened to being a hero? You don't just hit people you meet.
He's got blood all over him. He's the guy.
He had blood all over him earlier when he was entering the festival, not from this.
That's
Yeah.
Conrad
still...
will swing back at this point. As not given
So this is how Conrad
a
dies.
good reason.
Oh my god.
This is going to be amusing.
Being throat
24.
punched by a woman who is buffer than him.
24, okay.
Does a 24 hit?
Yes.
Ow!
Can I figure out how to do damage?
Just
Yeah.
roll whatever it is.
Uh-oh.
Here, you can roll it, or you can click on. If you've already entered the action, you can click on.
Haha. I figured it out. 5 bludgeoning damage.
It make 5 blood. Is your strength a... Wow.
Oh
I have a
man.
+3, and I roll a 2 on the die.
Oh my.
I have Tavern Brawler. My unarmed strikes are D4s.
Poor Niev.
Okay. All right, here's the move. I am not going to punch him. I'm going to like, okay, so Conrad, real quick, where would you say you punched Niev?
I was going straight for the face.
She is covered in armor.
The moneymaker.
Oh no, to be fair, Niev has leather armor.
Oh,
Like-
okay, but still.
That could, like, there could be through damage. Okay, Niev like wipes some blood off her nose and just full headbutts you.
Excuse me.
The girls are fighting.
Can we not? Please, can we not? We have higher priorities
That'll
right
hit.
now.
You literally just met him.
So how do I roll damage?
I just clicked on the
Yep.
name.
If
How
it's
does
on
this-
your, if it's on,
Yep.
go to your character sheet and click on the action. You should have.
Oh, no.
entered it already.
Oh my.
Clicking on the name in the chat did it.
Okay, I deal 6 damage back.
Oh man.
Ow.
Hey, that's the
Nose
worst I could
broken.
have.
It is with
That's
her
the
head.
worst I could have rolled.
As you are duking it out in this small space and adding to the blood in the room, Ada, you notice that you have your group has now collected the attention of several onlookers.
Name.
You may recognize them, actually. These are 3 small kids.
All right, you 3. These are the kids that like ran into me and like dislocated my arm last
Oh,
session.
yes. And they are staring at Niev with horror and awe. It's like when you watch Iron Man beat someone down.
Hmm.
And-
Yeah, because it's like your hero and they're fighting.
Yeah.
Niev. I will just like sharply say her name in that mom voice to try and get her attention.
Okay. If I may springboard off that,
Yeah.
I think that hits Niev a little bit, and she's like, I can't wait. This isn't. But
Kids.
I gotta hurt him. And then Niev's like, all right. And Niev is gonna do what she always does when she needs to clear her head.
Punch somebody.
No.
Try that.
Niev is gonna like shove Conrad away in not like a fighty way, but just like a putting distance between them, right?
An ungrapple.
Yeah, a reverse grapple.
Okay.
Also known as pushing someone.
So
um,
you are aggressively disengaging.
yeah, and Niev pulls out a thick bound leather storybook.
Okay.
And it opens in her hands. Like it opens in one hand. Her sword is still clutched in the other. And as it opens, Anna, with your permission, I'd like to use this to sort of clear Niev's mental state.
Yes.
Okay.
This seems like a
So,
very good idea.
As she does this, there is a shockwave that ripples out from her that like makes all the other flaps on this little tent like flap out and like flutter for a bit, and like there's a gust of wind over everyone, and her hair just beams this brilliant white light.
Like, that's not gonna get more attention.
And she puts the book back, and even now, as the book is away and Niev is only holding her sword, you can hear mandolin music just radiating around her. She sort of dusts off her front, extends her free hand to Conrad, and goes, "I'm terribly sorry. I don't know what came over me there."
Conrad, after being headbutt and pushed, is on his ass, blood streaming down his face. What the fuck?
Something is okay. This may be obvious.
Nothing is okay.
Something is not right here.
No shit.
Hey, language. She does offer you a hand to pick you up, though.
As
Looking
you...
up at you.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, just
You
So
gonna take the hand?
as Niev, as you extend your hand, Ada, you're still keeping a lookout, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that very, like, what the fuck is going on? But I'm keeping an eye out for what's going on around me because there's nothing. Because I can't get in there. There's not enough room, really.
A guard approaches.
Like, do I see him coming?
You
Or
see
is
him
he,
coming.
like, here?
Oh, he's coming directly towards you.
Guys,
He's
There's
moving
someone-
slowly.
can y'all, like, stop making a ruckus? What are y'all even looking for? It's the box in his hand, right?
drop that.
Okay,
Okay.
but why were y'all fighting? Just get out of the blood, please.
I can't explain it.
Okay, you don't need to. Just get out of the blood.
What do you mean I don't need to explain it when you asked?
There's a guard
What?
coming,
Oh,
and there are kids
I see.
around. And I will point to the 3 kids who are looking at you in horror because you just started hitting someone.
Okay, so this is not a convention.
Maybe a word of don't do this. It was a mistake, and I shouldn't do this ever again. In stage whisper.
Children, when you are wrong, it is always important to admit it and apologize well and mean it. I was wrong. I am sorry. You?
Fuck you.
Hey, now come on.
Okay. Okay. So
I don't really like you. I don't like your attitude.
I want to check in for a second with Zila because Zila, this is unlike any kind of behavior you're used to.
I was just trying to check to make sure this Minotaur dude didn't have any other injuries, and, then I cast Healing Word on him because he was bleeding again, and I'm just like, guys, can we stop fighting, please?
I will help Zila off the floor. It's like, we should probably, like, explain to the guard what was happening. And, like, if
yeah.
was there anything missing from the box if you checked inside the box, I'm not going to call I'm going to look at Comrade. You looked inside the box. Was there anything weird in it or missing from it?
Yes, it had, when he showed it to me, there were 4 skulls in it. We were wrapping something up, and that's when everything happened. And when I got inside and picked the box up, there were only 3.
Okay, so that's spooky as fuck. But okay, so there's something missing from the box.
It's about this time that the body
Uh-oh.
begins to shift.
Nope. Big no.
There is a cracking and a popping.
Oh,
it sounds like me.
And it slowly jerks and twitches and rises to its feet.
nope.
The Minotaur's back is to you. But you watch as he stretches this way and stretches that way, and there's more popping and groaning because that's what happens when you get old, you young people.
What's
And
happened?
I carry crates for a living. I do that now.
That's a mood.
and you hear a sound. It's a wheezing, wet sound, followed by a cough.
Hello, sir?
This is the part where I panic. This is the part where I find something to hide underneath.
There is a table.
I'm going to hide under the table like a brave person.
Okay. Can I get a stealth check?
Yes, stealth. That's not bad.
That is not bad. Okay. You managed to fit your delicate royal frame into an uncomfortable space under the table that you all hopped over. Almost all of you.
My friends, it is time for the fetal position.
The Minotaur turns and looks from you, Neath, to you, Conrad, to you, Ada, and then a little ways past you to the guard who has now approached and is staring slack-jawed, wide-eyed at these 4 strange-looking individuals and the giant Minotaur with the hole in his throat.
We just got here and he was like that.
Also, hello, friend of B.
Oh, this is the Musashi. He is cute and he is here for my comfort and shit.
Yeah. Neav's got the sword ready.
But I will tell the guard that he was like that when we got here. I don't know what's going on.
That is perfect.
I have yoked.
The guard doesn't really know what to say at this point because this is not what they teach you to expect in guard training. This was not on the briefing this morning that he received. This is absolutely not what he expected, and he's not quite sure how to handle it.
B, what happened to your audio?
I think it
Can
might
you
be
hear now?
muffled by a cat.
There you go. Is that better?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, it's
Okay.
fit for cat.
Sorry.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
Anyway,
Oh, no.
so the guard.
Sorry.
He's just staring at you all like, what in the actual?
Can I get an can I insight check the Minotaur?
Yes, please insight check the Minotaur.
Has he
Just like a
told a
general
lie?
sense.
Flying.
Oh, and Anna, I would like to note I am taking the second option for the song.
Excellent.
Ooh, what's that?
You will see.
Who knows what that means?
Insight. Bogus.
As a much wiser DM than me once said, it's kind of hard to read.
Kind of hard to read. You know what? So I'm just gonna say that means it's a flat judgment call.
Oh
I
God.
don't like the look of this guy.
All right, so just
Um,
describe for me. You know what? Actually, let's pause that for a second. Uh, I'd like to get each of your reactions to this situation.
Is the corpse or the guard or both?
Both.
Okay, because I can't see the guard, and you already know that my first impulse was to duck and cover like it's the 1950s.
Yes.
Already on the floor, looking up, dumbfounded.
I tried to pick you up.
and
You could
Ada
have
is
been standing. You could have been standing for this scene, but know that you rejected my offer.
Oh yeah.
Otto, what's
And-
going on?
and Ada is just honestly like at the that point of shock where you're just like not really accepting what's going on. You're just like he was like this when we got here. She doesn't know what's going on. She's never had to deal with anything supernatural before. I mean, her brother's a priest, but that's just kind of priest shit. It's not like actual stuff, right? And so,
Yeah, I don't think this is a priest situation.
it's like an
Maybe an
anti-priest
old
thing.
priest and a young priest.
But she's just like, she's standing now. What? Okay, we can. That's it.
Okay.
That's what's going through her brain.
Fair
It's holy
enough.
shit.
Fair enough.
Niev, who is still glowing, and who still has the mandolin music going, and for Ada, it is the same song she played in the tavern.
And this one's glowing. What the fuck is up with that?
Niev's monster detector radar is going off. If this Minotaur makes a move, then Niev is going in. Like, if there is any sort of like, if we get anything close to the classic zombie lurch, Niev's going in. If he lunges, she's going in. She is ready to strike.
Excellent. All right. So this Minotaur opens his mouth and all you can hear is that wet rasp coming out of the hole in his throat. And he coughs. He brings up his fist and he coughs into his fist and shakes his head a little bit, tries again. And you can see uh, he's just getting progressively angrier now the more he tries and fails to speak.
Hey, buddy, you're missing a throat.
And you see,
Spoken so delicately.
he brings a hand to his throat and he's like, "Ah!"
Yeah, here, 1 second. Gods, I only have good berries, and they don't do shit if he has no throat.
None
Damn
of us
things
have
just roll right back out.
He's gonna snatch a good berry out of your hand and pop it in his mouth, and it just rolls right out his throat hole.
God. Whatever did this made this man a marble maze.
Why do we say
Can
that?
can I attempt to do like a medicine check to see if I can see if anything's like fixable on his throat? Because he's obviously sentient. Because he's getting angry and not being able to speak.
Yes.
And we don't know
Okay.
what happened.
I am proficient in medicine and I have a 19 in wisdom. Do I still need to roll?
You know what? No. I'm gonna say that because your stats are so high in it's just
It's +6.
yeah.
So
Um.
I'm really good at medicine.
So you lean in, and you're looking, and you're like, "What the? How does?" You can see that there's nothing fixable. This is not going away, and this is not like you can't just cast
There is no
mending.
physical way. Okay, but
Yeah.
if it was like healing, if someone, okay, so I don't know about healing magic because I don't know about that stuff. So never mind.
This is definitely not a minor wound.
Okay, yeah,
The entire front of him is just red. And he takes a deep breath and he snorts and he's so mad. A little bit of steam just, unfurls from his nostrils. And he looks to you, Conrad. And it's just like,
As previously stated, no throat, nothing's coming out.
We can't understand what you're saying, bud. Can you write it down? Hello?
and he just sort of like
I'm just
gives you
gonna-
the hold on.
I'm gonna turn to the guard and be like, "You got anything?" Nah. Ada's starting to freak out just slightly because she's starting to leave shock, and so there's some dude who's supposed.
I have not emerged from my hiding space.
So the guard, like, at this point, he's had a little time to process. And his immediate concern now is for the well-being of the rest of you. So he kind of steps a little bit closer with one hand on his sword, and he just, where's my camera? Hi, come here. Just come on, just
Being
come
vaguely lounging
here.
on the couch. It's all
Come
good.
here with me over this side and away from the gigantic undead thing that is standing there. Holy fuck. Come here now. Come with me if you want to live.
Well, I'll just turn to the other group because I guess we hold the man in charge.
Still.
I don't recall putting him in charge.
I'd say the festival put him in charge.
I'm in agreement. Conrad's just ignoring
And you'll
him
notice that
right now.
Ada's voice is progressively getting squeakier the more she comes out of shock because she's suddenly hitting her what's in front of her because of like nightmare stories and stuff. And she's just like,
Go ahead and stand back if you need to, Ada, but
Yeah,
"Mhm."
Ada, you definitely would have heard nightmare stories, especially from your brother.
I know, right? Because he's like grew up in like an acolyte of the church, and so he's like tells you all about the undead things.
Absolutely.
Let's get away from the thing now that I know it. That's what
So-
comes out of her mouth.
tell me, Ada, is this something that needs to be struck down?
Oh, probably.
All right.
He seems cognizant.
Mm,
Niev offers a hand to Conrad once more and says, "Look, I don't care if you like me, but you throw a good punch."
Of course. All right, back in the game. So,
Indy.
Guard was freaking out, trying to tell us to get away from the undead thing. Otto was also being like, we should maybe edge away from the undead thing. Niev and Conrad were, I think, gonna be taking down the undead thing. They didn't quite settle on that yet. We dropped.
I cower.
Yeah, we were gonna go hog wild on this.
Conrad is in the camp that it has done nothing bad yet.
Okay.
And Ada is just so slowly starting to freak out because she's figured out what's going on. It's like exiting shock.
And the Minotaur is absolutely offended by being referred to as undead.
I'm sorry, you died and then came back. You're undead.
And he reaches up one big meaty hand and he feels around and he covers the hole and you can sort of hear him wheeze. Okay, but it's only a flesh wound. Fine. But we have a problem.
Friend, you've been dead for a couple minutes.
What is going on?
Well, it was that's too many words. And this isn't easy.
Box Skull, is that you?
Yes, we need to get out of here.
Are you the skull?
Yes, don't touch the blood. Oh, that might not be... It's too late for some of you.
Nah, that's not nefarious at all. Guard? What?
The guard is like... Back, undead, foul being! And draws his sword.
God, arrest the fly.
Nick's gonna turn to the guard and be like, I can give you some pointers on that later. But
From
right
what
now,
I'm
not the time.
hiding is just a
Hila, are you under a table?
Is it gone yet?
Open your eye. Nah, what? Anyways, what are we doing? What's the thing? What are we doing? Are we hitting this thing or are we not?
Adi, you seem to know what this is. What's going on?
It's a thing that died and came back. It's undead. That's all I know. Apparently it has sentience, so that's not what I'm used to. So it's some sort of... I'm guessing, just because he said don't touch the blood or whatever, and I said it's a skull thing, because you're missing a skull, pointing at Conrad, that the skull thing went inside the dead body. I think that sort of thing happens all the time. You possess dead bodies if you're untethered spirit or whatever. My brother would ramble on about it. So I'm guessing that the skull thing is inside this man's body and he's trying to communicate, except he has a giant hole in his throat, and so he's having to block off stuff so he can make noise. It's not going very well. But yeah, that's about all I got right now.
So they're actually alive.
And it's some sort of life.
I'm gonna get out from under the table on the side opposite the Minotaur. Very sheepishly, just like I'm absolutely not cowering. It's completely fine.
So over here. Gotcha.
I'm gonna set you down, boy. I'm gonna set you free because I need my arms.
Yeah. But okay. But yeah. Why do we need to get out of here, Mr. Minotaur Man?
Well, because I may have, cursed everything in this room.
Why would you do that?
Because he has a skull in a box.
The Minotaur lowers his hand and he just sort of shrugs and
That's a good idea.
walks to the back of the stall that you're in and just strong arms the wall, the
So
back
the flap
wall.
comes open.
Yeah, instead of picking it up and lifting it off of the hooks and then setting it down, he just strong arms it.
Is he just gonna Kool-Aid Man through the wall?
He's gonna Kool-Aid Man through the wall.
Oh yeah!
And he's got his arms out in front of him,
Sponsored.
pushes the boxes and everything off of the table, the tables that are at the back, and just vaults over and out.
Hey, no.
Oh, no.
No.
Meanwhile, the guard, seeing his quarry escaping, decides to head him off at the pass and takes off.
Oh, but why? I just wanted to go to the festival.
Well, you went to the festival.
Yeah, welcome to the festival.
Congratulations, you're all cursed. I'm just kidding.
Are all of the festivals
Or am I?
here this deadly?
I don't
This is
know. I'm
pretty
not from
standard
around
fare.
here.
I also am not from here.
I've literally never left my island in my entire life up until a couple days ago, and I don't really understand what's going on. That was a zombie?
I don't know what that is.
I'm some sort of undead thing, but it had sentience.
You know what? I
let's
don't know
get
what
after
that
it.
is, and I don't know what a zombie is. So honestly, there's a fair chance they're the same thing.
They are.
Let's get after it.
Um,
And
Yes.
Conrad is gonna try and go through the wall.
gonna follow.
Excellent.
Like, just follow straight through the same path.
I'm
Okay.
gonna try.
Anna will try to go around, but not touch the blood because he said not to touch the blood.
Yeah.
Like she'll gently step over the table because she can, and she's 6'2". She just like bloom, and just kind of like walks around the edge, not stepping in any of the blood before following them out.
Excellent. All right.
Tall
So,
person.
I would actually like B if you could give me just a basic dex check.
Okay.
Hmm.
It's not too bad. +2. That's a 16.
Excellent. Okay, yeah. So you you nimbly pick your way over and around the very large puddle of blood that has accumulated. And you exit through the Minotaur-shaped hole. As the rest of you exit through the Minotaur-shaped hole, also, I need Zila and Conrad and Niev to roll another wisdom saving throw.
If I see Otto walking around it, can I try to leap over it and
Uh,
not come in contact with it?
You've already
you
touched it.
you you can, but yes, because you've already touched it.
That's fair.
I'm, I'm just putting that out there. I don't know if Mia's noticed that she's touched it yet or not.
And Niev has a pretty high dex, you said.
I was thinking like an athletics like leap.
Bound, but that's still dexterity.
A long
Is
jump
it?
over that bitch.
Jumping is dexterity.
I thought jumping was based on your strength score.
Damn. Features.
Anyway, wisdom save.
Yay, wisdom save.
Better this time. Better this time.
Excellent.
Yay.
That beat me to it.
Okay.
I am gonna be like this. Okay, we need to, as we're like walking out the exit, because I don't know if we're running or walking, because the Minotaur seems to be just walking.
Okay. I would imagine that you guys are all at a hurried pace.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
A little bit hurried pace, because Otto's trying not to bring more attention to them because there's already the one guard,
Yeah.
and so she's just like, okay, we're doing something, but trying not to draw like the crowd's attention. And she'll turn to the three kids and be like, "Go find your mom."
Zila. Zila.
Hi.
Dear, sweet, pure Zila.
Oh no.
Oh.
As you exit at this hurried pace, trying to keep up with your companions,
You are significantly taller.
you can't help but feel the panic rising up in your chest. It feels all-consuming. It threatens to steal every ounce of air. Your thoughts race. All you can think of is have to get out, have to get out, have to get out, have to get out. And you slowly lessen your pace. You feel like you feel frozen, and that like the panic has just taken over. You feel like as much as you want to be running right now and you want to be flying out of here, you can't move suddenly.
Yes. I have no mouth and I must scream. Heavy breathing. Just panic. Just panic attack time.
Do any of you stop to notice?
Otto would.
Yeah. I think Niev would like at least take note.
Conrad is after the Minotaur. Does not take note.
So yeah, Otto will stop and like, hey, you okay?
No, everything is not okay. Everything is not okay.
How tall is Zila?
5'9".
Okay, so just Otto's just gonna like bend down and take her face in her hands and be like, breathe. 5 in, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 8 breaths.
Is it working?
Anna?
Yes.
And Otto will keep doing that until Zila stops hyperventilating. And then, like, I don't know what's going on, but we should probably stick with a group of who knows what the fuck's going on.
It's
Okay.
not your fault. It's not your fault.
No, it's okay.
The day has been really, really, really terrible.
I'm right there with you, hun. I just am better at holding it together. It's okay. Okay, deep
You're a
breaths.
saint. Yeah, let's go.
Here,
Okay.
have a good berry. I am down to 3 good berries after this.
Okay.
And it's just like a magical tasty berry that happens to give you 1 hit point if you're down anything. If you're not,
I will absolutely take the magic blueberry, and it'll be the best goddamn thing I've ever had in my life.
Exactly. So
I mean, I am a magic blueberry, and I'm being given a magic blueberry, so...
yay, magic blueberries. Here, have a snack. We need to get going.
All right. Feel free to make all of the Smurf jokes that you like, guys.
Yeah.
So, as you have this exchange, Zila, you find that the help that you receive from Ada helps to clear away that grip that your panic had on you. You can feel that it's a little easier to breathe now. You can feel your limbs loosen up. You can, and when you eat the good berry, you find that okay, now, now I can do this.
Which, just as a point for people to know, good berries do provide an entire day's worth of provisions. So it is the ultimate power bar.
Oh, absolutely.
Nice.
Just putting that out there. So if your blood sugar is low, it brings your blood sugar back up so you're normal.
Okay, time to Neum. I'll keep going.
All right. So,
and I will follow behind her, making sure that no one else gets left behind.
all right, excellent. So, what order? Sorry. What order are you guys in?
I think it's Conrad, Niev. Yeah, it's Conrad, Niev. No, it's not how you pronounce your name, is it?
No, that's
Niev.
right.
Okay,
you did it right that time.
I've been trying. Niev, Zila, Ada. So it's
that sounds good.
Yeah. So it's C and X A.
Okay. All right. So Conrad and Niev. You were chasing after the Minotaur.
Yes.
Okay. He's very easy to follow, being a large creature absolutely covered in blood with a gaping hole in his throat. The crowds easily part for him. But you get this feeling that most of the people who see him think this is the coolest cosplay they have ever seen. And they aren't really concerned.
There's no screaming, no running.
It is a festival.
There are some looks of concern. Some people like instinctively go, and then they look around and they see that most of the other people are pretty cool with this, and they just, okay, well.
Trouble. When in doubt, run in circles, scream, and shout.
Always, always good advice.
If you know what that's from, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I don't.
Anyways.
I don't.
Okay.
I'm old, remember?
I'll explain it later.
Okay.
And let it all out.
Alright, so the Minotaur leads you out of the fairgrounds. And you see him heading towards the place. With the things.
Okay.
Something's up with the...
What is the place? I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking of which place.
Yeah, sorry, I thought I had that map loaded up, and apparently I don't.
It's all good.
Is it the food place, the floating islands place?
It was the floating islands place. I don't.
Hell yeah.
I thought I had the landing zone for that, but I do not. So we're just going to theater of the mind that real quick. Um, the Minotaur leads you to the floating islands landing zone, and immediately you notice that there are small teleportation circles set on little wooden platforms, and he steps onto one and pauses, waits for the rest of you
How
because
polite.
he is very polite for a whatever he
Undead
is.
Minotaur who's
Yeah.
bleeding.
He's been dead for 5 minutes. That barely counts as undead.
I don't think
Hey,
bleeding
his heart's
automatically makes you ruder, but I'm not sure.
I just think it's
Oh,
getting
the
everything
polite is
messy.
stored in the blood.
I'll cast prestidigitation on him.
You have prestidigitation?
Yes. I
Nice.
just didn't think of it now. That was the only time where I'm like, oh yeah, I can cast that on him because I wasn't cowering in fear.
Okay.
You've got some blood.
So we're all in the circle.
Yes, you're all on the circle, and he raises his hand up to his throat and covers it and rasps out a few words in his native language, and the teleportation circle uh, lights up, and you are thrust through weird nether space into the place where you're going to be. Which
Niev and I are the only people who recognize this feeling, right? Because we are the only ones.
yes,
No, because
no,
Zila took a
Zila
one too.
also, yeah.
Okay.
I'm also
Conrad
gonna
has
take
never
the
teleported,
opportunity
right?
I'm gonna take the opportunity to say to Conrad, whose name we still don't know, just you've also got some blood on your everywhere. You want me to?
Don't worry about it.
He looks down and he makes a gesture, but you aren't really sure what exactly he's trying to say. Let me go ahead and bring up the map for where we are.
Yay!
Does it smell like rotting fish and despair?
No.
Oh,
Okay,
thank
so it's not
God.
Westover. We can cross that off the list.
Yes, you're definitely not in Westover.
I think we just went up.
Yes.
Okay,
All right. How is that map for you guys?
awesome.
I need to zoom out a bit.
Yep.
I
On
can fight.
Sexy.
just zoom out a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Awesome. There we go. Map
Okay.
is open.
Excellent. So, you arrive right here.
Okay.
What? No, clear that. Thank you. All right. Yep. You all arrive there, and I apologize. I will have tokens for you all for the next
I made
session.
my own. It's fine.
Oh!
Oh wait, no, I can do that too because I have the art.
We'll do it later, though.
Yeah.
All right.
Just use me as the party face.
To be
All right.
fair, you do have the highest charisma, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, so we are where the Zila is.
Yes. The Minotaur, after arriving from the teleportation circle, uh, just sinks to the ground and sits there, and his body sort of slumps a little bit, head hanging low. Um, there's a long moment where all you can hear is that wet rasping sound. And
I don't have my bag with me. Never mind. Ignore me.
okay. He reaches up and he presses his hand to the hole again. he says a few more things in his native tongue. And the hole doesn't so much close up, but you can see when he lifts his head that there's webbing and like an intricate lacing of some sort
Nope.
of material.
Trypnophobia just goes ding ding.
Okay. He's
Fine.
Hey, look, it's Twitter.
Twitter!
no, it's not. Keep forgetting about my windows. So, yeah, um, he takes a few more minutes of silence. He holds up his hands for you as in the universal gesture of just give me a minute. And he opens his mouth. Sounds come out again. And this time they're more solid sounds. Like these are not like the wet rasping of
A man who's just had his throat ripped apart.
yeah. And he begins to explain to you that he is not the creature that you see in front of you. He is a being of another time and place. And that he has used this body to serve his own purposes. Briefly, I plan to give it back when I'm done. Just to be fair, he says.
I hope you leave it in better condition than it's currently in. The first thing out of his mouth.
I will need
I
a
mean,
bit
you don't
more
give people
explanation
things
of
back
that.
broken.
That's
I'm
true.
not sure. Not sure how to process the rest of it, but at least know that.
There's
When
also
you
the
put it
whole
like that, I agree.
fact that he destroyed a bunch of his merchandise and tore a hole shaped like himself in a wall. That's a little bit
I mean, it's not good.
less important.
Yeah. Just more of a. Just. Why? What could you possibly need? You were a skull.
What is happening?
I could not tell you.
What do you all do with your dead?
My family burns them or turns them into a tree.
Mostly buries them.
Stick their head on spikes.
Wait,
What?
what?
Well, sometimes we burn them.
Yeah, we just cremate them. It's good fertilization for the crops.
Is the spikes are spikes good for the crops too? Is it like a trellis thing or?
I
No,
don't
it's
think
more like a show.
Did you grow up in a cult?
Zilla, it can wait. It can wait.
Yeah, that's something that could wait, I'm sure.
It can wait.
It was not my idea. I do not approve.
Why do you ask?
My people. Wait, what?
Why do you ask what we're doing with our dead?
Because my people had a similar opinion about how to handle their dead.
Heads on spikes?
Well,
Burning
not that specifically. That's some next level shit. We tended to just bury our dead. But when we do that, it's a very specific process.
Ah, so I was correct.
There is there are rituals to be observed. There are processes to be followed. And
Mhm.
when those are disturbed, it upsets the natural order of things. And if someone were to burst into a burial chamber and remove multiple people from their resting place to sell for some gold, then we have problems.
What? Forgive me. Why would you want to sell someone's skull? What value does that have?
I don't know what the value in buying it is.
You should
Why did
ask
you
the
wanna-
Minotaur.
These aren't important questions.
They are very important questions to me.
Not.
Why are you buying someone's remains?
It's called capitalism. Don't worry
Bad.
about it too much.
Very bad. I don't like the sound of this one. First of all, a group decision, and Neil looks over at Conrad like, you are...
What's your name, sir?
Yeah, what's your deal?
Conrad. And I'm just here. Don't worry about it.
That's only going to give us more costly. Sorry, I'm sorry to say. You are
That's the
not
most
exactly,
ominous thing right now.
I'm sorry, I need that on a t-shirt. I'm just here. Don't worry about it.
You're not exactly very
Nice
good
break.
with this whole discretion thing.
Conrad, you're a little more here than the rest of us, and I think that's the problem.
Again, I don't have anything to do with this. Don't worry about me right now.
You're gonna have to start selling that a bit harder. I do not
I mean-
believe you.
Is
I
Conrad
don't
still
believe
carrying
in
the
telling
case?
the truth.
Is
No,
Conrad
the
still
boxes.
carrying the box?
The box got left back in the back in the
Left
stall.
the box?
Yeah, I got head-butted and knocked to the floor.
You don't mind me
Kinda happened
saying
quickly
as
from there.
much. The way you carry yourself is not that of just a person.
Don't worry about
It's
it.
I mean,
Butthead.
he does seem a little hoity-toity.
Point is, Conrad, we can't just not worry about it.
There are other things going on here, namely the
You've been here
undead
for
vessels.
all of them. You've been here for all of them. We walked in. The only reason we know this is happening is because you walked into a tent with blood on your shirt. What are we supposed to think?
People don't just go around covered in blood.
We walk into a tent, and you're standing over this guy. Or the other this guy?
The original host.
The original owner of the body.
Yeah. And you're just standing there.
Looking through boxes.
If we're going to worry about pressing matters to the body, I will say, do you need us to help you perform a ritual to put you to rest?
Not exactly.
I assume we need to return what was taken.
Yes. There's only one problem. Well, I mean, realistically, there are multiple problems, but I have notes. The first problem is that I'm actually inside this body.
Yes, we
Good.
noticed.
Physical
Yeah.
skull.
The physical skull, yes. I'm in this body.
I can get you out. I think I've operated on sheep before. It might not be too different.
Maybe not just yet.
Racist?
No, I know. I figured that, but
You
that-
seem a little overeager. I'm a little concerned with you.
Ada is
no.
great. We will not disrespect Ada. Or you and I are going to have problems.
I just figured it'd just be like the same thing as getting like a bird, like a buried splinter or something out of a lake. It's just you cut into it, you sew it back up, cauterize it. It's not too big.
Not
Unless
yet.
you're like an internal cavity, that's completely different. But besides the point that you're stuck inside the body, what
But
else?
not yet.
But I guess not yet.
The other thing is that
I'm doing the knife. Sorry.
all the pieces need to be put back.
They're more than just the skulls.
Well, typically there are arms and legs and a torso.
Okay. Typically.
So are we going to have to find all these different pieces with no real trail to go off of?
And also just the whole why us? I mean, to be fair, you seem to be up here pretty easily. I'm assuming you know, like, the owner of this island or whatever. So that would assume that you know people who are more likely to be able to help you through this. I'm just a farmer.
Well, I can answer that. Ada, I think you know why we're here. I think, perhaps, the destiny calls.
Destiny
Of course.
in body parts. Why would that be your destiny?
Well, you see, heroes go through many things. Some take down entire evil organizations, others have mirror rivals of themselves. I guess my thing is bones. I mean, it's as good a thing as any, I guess.
Do you know anything about bones?
No! Why would I know anything about bones?
Could you tell me with a straight face whether the tibula comes from the arm or the leg?
Trick question. It's not a real bone. But listen. I don't need to, because I don't think normal bones possess people?
That is fair, but the structure should have some similarity to a humanoid.
That's also the question of where are they?
I can help with that.
Let me guess. You have some mystical magnetic force that pulls you to your own bones.
No, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, come on, Otto. What is that?
I happen to know where he keeps his log of where he makes all his sales.
Oh.
You just so happen to know that.
So you also just so happen to cover his entire area in blood and apparently a curse? Which, by the way, can you lift the curse, please? Because I know for a fact those three were touching the shit.
Curse?
Here's the thing.
You know the thing where he's like, don't touch the blood?
Oh.
Like all raspy and shit? I've curse the place.
Oh, yeah.
Which
I was
brings
really
me...
busy at the time.
This brings me to one of my other problems. I'm running out of power.
Mm-hmm.
Problem that is fixing itself.
Is that fixable?
It's, it can be improved. Here's the thing.
Oh.
Look, I'll be straight
I
with
need
you.
to feed you bones.
Do you have to feed me bones?
I don't know.
I
This
don't
is
know.
a weird day. Sometimes you wake up and go, "Oh, this might as well happen."
Pretty much. That's where I'm at.
Look, I'll be straight with you because I need your help. This
Finger straight out.
made a few stops before coming here. I only have access to surface memories. And that
You're
not for
in
so long.
Lorraine? Oh, nope. Never mind. I'll get to it later.
I can tell you where to find all the rest of my pieces and those of my sisters and brothers. Once you find
Okay.
them, please return us to the chamber.
Where's the chamber?
Where's that?
How familiar are you with
Not.
the mayor?
Not.
With the what?
The mayor?
History check.
Again, I say the what?
How familiar am I?
I'm
Can
gonna.
Conrad and Zila.
All right. Yeah, Zila, you spent a lot of time reading, so you are proficient in history.
Yep.
Excellent. And so are you, Conrad.
Yes.
Excellent. So go ahead and give me a history check with advantage, please.
Ooh.
Advantage. History check. Wow, that's a fat 8. I'm so smart, you guys.
You have a plus. Oh, you have a +3 at least.
Yeah, but a bad roll is still a bad roll.
I know.
Okay. So I'm going to pop over here for a second. Conrad, you remember hearing about the Mare Islands, or the Mare Island, the Mare. Fuck words.
Mood.
The Mare Isles, over by the Stolen Isles.
How do you steal an island? Not important.
You are familiar with this being an area that is not often discussed in literature or in academic circles. It seems to be a place that most information about it doesn't. It's not that it no longer exists, it's that there's not enough that you can find. You remember as a child, you were really intrigued about it. You would look for more information, and it was almost as if somebody had removed those tomes.
So it's censored knowledge.
Wonderful.
And
Scribbling in my notes here.
all right,
Oh, I'm so glad someone's taking this.
I
Zila,
am only taking notes for me.
you
Hi.
remember. Hi. You remember that it's an island somewhere? Maybe off to the east?
Wow. An island. That narrows it down. I am so smart, you guys.
Well, I mean, you read a lot of books.
Yeah, it all kind of blurs together. You're
Yeah, it gets lost in the
this
shuffle.
island we conquered and then lost, and this island that
Like-
doesn't like us, and this island that we pissed off.
Yeah,
It's a legacy.
kind of
It's
like
a
that.
legacy of just sucking.
All right, so the Minotaur is he starts to slump again, and you can hear him taking deeper, longer breaths and pausing longer in between.
You cool, bud?
This is tiring.
Take a nap.
I would like to, but I need to make sure that you guys can do this.
I'm assuming someone's destiny will somehow make it so they can't. Because I'm just following the Hurley here.
Oh,
Seems like fate brought us right to you.
fate's less and more coincidence?
They're the same thing.
They are exactly the same.
I just happen to be in the presence of someone who believes that they should do what they need to do instead of just leaving it to the officials. And so that's what we're doing, apparently.
Niev,
Oh,
Yes.
I'm just here to keep them alive.
perception check, please.
Ooh, I'm not good at those.
I am mediocre.
But still the best.
Ooh, I'm not good at those.
Okay. Never mind, I'm okay. I see all.
Wait, Zila, why are you rolling?
Oh, I thought she said to roll it. Everyone should roll perception.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
Just Niev.
Oh, that's a 5.
Never mind.
You just missed the space turtles that were flying overhead in formation.
Can I take Zila's roll?
I would gift you the roll if that
That's
was
still a
helpful.
21 for me.
Can I literally pass that roll on to her?
No, probably not.
That's fair enough.
If I can get 5 more followers, yeah, absolutely, go ahead.
Come on, guys!
Yeah.
I look like Laveri.
Wait, are you putting microtransactions into the game?
Hello, my name is Bethesda.
I can do it.
Pokemon, please respond.
No, you're not Bethesda because we haven't glitched through the bottom of the island yet.
Yet.
Okay, I do not see it.
What do you think that perception check was for?
I am looking away.
I do
Okay.
not see. I look away.
I do not see it. I am looking away.
I do
I
not
love
see.
that.
You know what? Zila, I'm actually going to count your roll for you. I need
Oh,
Conrad and Ada to give me perception rolls too.
Oh no.
You're not gonna like it.
So I mess up, so everyone else gets a shot.
Stop baby this evening.
Ah. Ew.
Those perception?
Buddy, we
Yes.
had the same base roll. We both rolled 3s.
Oh, that's a good number.
That's a nat 20, so it's a 24.
Niev, where do you keep your holy symbol?
I'm assuming it's right in the center.
The book. So for Niev, it would be the book, and that is sort of like
It's in the whole
Bound-
silver notes.
no, it's like on her pack. Like
On the outside of it?
yes,
Okay.
easily picked up so she can do her whole thing.
Nice.
Everybody who rolled higher than a 10.
So 2 people.
You can see when Niev starts to mention that it seems like fate has brought you here, the pages of the book begin to flutter and ruffle, just briefly, as if an errant wind blew by at that precise location and moment and then was gone.
Oh, God.
I am looking. I cannot see it.
That's fair.
Then Otto will
It was
just
a
be like,
coincidence,
of
I
course.
say to myself, knowing that it was not.
And Otto's just like, fuck it, might as well.
My weird shitometer is full. I do not see that.
Niev, still glowing.
Hey, Niev, your fucking book thing,
Ooh, what about it?
it fluttered. Is it
Ooh.
supposed to do that?
I don't know. You have to understand. I
Oh,
I
it
am-
started storming. Okay, sorry.
there are 2 parts to being the hero. Number 1, you gotta be really good at combat, and I'm very good at this.
I noticed.
Number 2, you gotta have a connection with a god. I'm very bad at this.
I think
What an
I don't
icon.
need a connection with a god. There are plenty of mundane
Yes, you do. It's in the book.
heroes.
It's in the book. Conrad,
don't-
listen. You're a contrarian. I get it. It's in the book, though.
There are plenty of completely mundane heroes.
Have you
Okay,
seen
I
her?
I
She's not exactly
see.
mundane.
I see where you're confused. First of all, I have the connection. I'm just bad at using it.
Sure, you'll improve.
Number two, it's like hero, but like with a capital H. Like it's like a thing.
If you must know, she is the hero of One Hope.
Yeah, yep. Yep.
Her entire village threw us a going away party when I was just bringing her to the next town.
And it was great.
So,
We haven't partied like that. I've never been alive for a party like that. Last one that happened was last generation. Anyway, I'm gonna check the book.
It's a thing.
I'm sure they were glad to be rid of you.
Oh, don't worry. I intend to be fully your problem now.
I'm just watching this exchange, just like, this is normal. This is fine.
If you want, you can come along for the ride. It'll be fun, or at least interesting. You'll learn shit.
Honestly, I would prefer to travel with a group than on my own any longer. That was stressful.
I can at least keep you alive.
And you all seem capable,
So
despite how much I may like you individually.
I have my own goals, but I have no particular location really to start with for those goals, so...
Might as well follow along. Might drop you where you need to go.
Perhaps.
I see the winds of destiny are taking us in similar directions.
Now, at this point, the Minotaur looks at each of you throughout this exchange. Are there more of you?
Oh no, it's just us. We literally just met each other.
No, there was that one
no.
guard, but he apparently couldn't find his way here, so...
Oh.
I'm looking for someone, but there's no one with me at the moment. No one who came with me.
So, I couldn't ask your other people because you don't have other people.
Exactly.
You are welcome to go wander around out there and find someone else. I would be more than happy to.
Vastly amused.
Deal with this.
I think you're kind
I
of
feel the winds of destiny, as Neov has demonstrated, are not particularly keen to blow in the direction of us just leaving.
I mean, it literally blew and made her book ruffle.
Exactly.
Yes, and I would like to check
The wind does that.
Well,
it's the wind, it blows.
I'm sure.
Far
Is it windy
be it.
up here?
It is not windy. The
Love
air
to
is
stare at
High
the
up,
air
it
is still.
happens. We're high up. Breezes happen here.
Going on this
It's a
foray.
floating island, dude.
Yes, on the magical floating island created by wizards. The breezes just happen.
Sir,
The
Otto's just going kind of deadpan because she's like, just get over yourself. You're coming with us anyway.
the Minotaur just sort of nods and, all right, I can make it worth your while if you help me with this.
That would be worth something. What do you have?
I mean, I don't have anything on me right now, but when we get there, I can totally pay you then.
Okay.
With that-
Heroism is its own reward, but it's appreciated.
Sure, not one to barter in favors. Mostly coin. Most people seem to be that way.
But
I would be more than happy to just put you back.
yeah, kind of at this point, it's like, it's kind of shitty that someone upended your burial space, and so we should probably fix that.
Yes. It does go against
I
Well,
might ask my
all these-
brother if he has any ideas on how to like help along with that, because the whole religious thing, whatever.
I don't have much time. I feel my power fading. I will tell you where you can find the logbook and his travel journal. The travel journal will detail where my resting place is. The logbook will tell you where he stopped and sold the pieces of us off.
Lovely.
When you go, is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah,
I
because you're kind of like
mean,
inhabiting his body. Was he dead when you inhabited it? Or is he still alive but just like pressed down underneath your consciousness? Is that how that works?
those are all very good questions, and I encourage you to find out the answers.
next
Oh,
time on Dragon Ball Z.
see.
I
Okay,
only
so
what
but yeah, okay, so if he is still around, then
We kind of just undid all of his work.
what's the move?
the Minotaur kind of shrugs and says, I will tell you I've never actually done this before. So
I would hope not.
Oh, so you kind of like just really Hail Married this, like
yeah.
just
You got angry out of a box, possessed a dude who was selling you off, and now you're trying to figure out your way from there.
so this honestly kind of
Kinda.
worked out really well for you.
It really did. Maybe
Yeah,
not so
could've
much for
been-
you guys, but I think you have other issues at this point.
That's
Like
fair.
the fact that these three are now coated in blood. By the way, how did you do the thing where you got rid of the blood on him? Zila?
Oh, just
Because you and me are.
if you have blood on you, I will clean the blood off of everyone except Conrad because he clearly did not want me to.
This is on purpose.
Stinky.
I assume.
Why you just stick out like that?
He.
I stick
It's not a
out
very
to
good
you.
What you're trying to cover up, it's not really working. No offense. It mostly just stinks.
That's part of the
I-
idea.
I will say you don't exactly look like a normal person, if that's what you're going for.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry
Keep
about
saying
me.
this, you keep saying this, and
Yeah.
it does nothing.
I'm kind
I
of like,
mean-
yeah, whatever. I guess. Fuck it. At this point, Anna's just done.
Fair.
Okay, you. Where the fuck can we find these two things? To the Minotaur.
Okay.
Obviously, you're running out of time. I want to get this. Yeah. I need to know information so we can do the thing for you before you disappear or whatever you're gonna do.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess we'll all find out.
So how do we get you more energy?
I don't
Uh,
know.
Lend me your energy.
I mean, I suppose I could try to do the same thing to one of you, but
No, no,
no.
no.
I mean,
There's some
you,
bad ideas here.
you, and he looks to Niev. You're
No.
You don't want to do
you're a
that.
good candidate. You
Okay,
look fairly
okay,
tough.
maybe that
You
one.
keep talking like that, we are gonna have problems.
If
Yeah.
you
She
are
is like connected to divinity and stuff, it appears. So you might want to not try and possess the one who's divinely touched.
a wellspring of strange and probably very powerful magic that you don't seem to have tapped into completely. So that's a can of worms that nobody wants to open right now.
Especially not in that body.
That's
Sorry,
right.
did you say untapped magic?
That's right, baby. I'm pressurized.
Because that just sweetens the pot.
Oh no.
I would rather
This
not
is-
throw off a magic explosion or turn everyone into trees or something like that. Magic is weird.
Can't confirm.
I do have a feeling,
I don't know anything about magic, so.
and this isn't just a gut reaction. I also know nothing, but I feel like
You
you
at
do
least
this
have
wrong,
training.
and I'm just gonna blow up.
Less like you'll blow up and more like you'll set off a chain reaction of magic that causes weird shit to happen.
It's
Especially seeing as we are on a floating island right now, we don't want to fuck with magic.
You might also just disintegrate. That would not be great.
No, it would be
seem-
disintegrate.
I say we give it a try.
I say you try it on Conrad, actually.
No.
Okay.
It's about as magically as a tree stump to me.
Okay, so none of you are volunteering for this. I get it.
Not right now, at least.
Yes, we
I'm
don't.
volunteering this one.
All right.
You.
I could
I'm not
try
gonna be.
something, but I don't think it would work.
I'm just gonna say, I will not be your second go when your first go looks like that.
To be fair, he is right. Did you have to bite his throat out?
It was there.
No, we're not doing this.
You don't just randomly attack people and tear their throat out. And then
Oh.
expect people to want you to do the same thing to them.
I will remember that for next
These
time,
people.
if there is a next time. Meanwhile, you asked for the location of the
Yes.
Yeah.
items.
Yes, we did.
And
Does somebody have pen and paper so we can write this down?
you can hear that his speech is slowing down. Like, he seems to be like a wind-up clock that's slowly...
Unwinding?
Yeah, he's unwinding.
And we need to figure out how to keep him with us, I think.
I
don't think this...
I have a terrible idea, but it might work.
What is your idea?
I'm gonna pull out the lute, and I'm going to play a song and try and inspire this guy into not dying yet. That's magical energy. It's magical energy. It counts.
Juice this
Yeah.
baby up.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
Do I have to roll performance? I have to ask, because that was the thing that I had the highest in.
Yes.
Yes. A performance for the ages? Maybe. Okay, not bad.
it's pretty good.
Performance for an age.
All right. So
The current age.
the inspiration begins to flow through the body of
Say.
the Minotaur. However, the body is dead, so the inspiration doesn't flow very far.
Well, it's still magical energy. I'm trying.
And
Whatever.
it does bolster the Minotaur a little bit, and he says you can find the his travel journal. That'll
I'm assuming it's in his stall somewhere.
it's in his hotel room.
Of course.
However, the logbook is and the body falls over.
Right.
I'm assuming he said, however, the logbook is in his stall.
He said, however, the logbook is, and then
All over. I get that.
Yeah.
But I was saying that he was probably going to say,
oh, okay.
however, because the one thing was in a different place. When someone says, however, that generally leads that you're correct about the second thing. Is that what Ada's thinking, at least?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
It does make
If the
sense.
logbook is a log of sales, then it's most likely where the sales are happening. So we should get back there.
We also have to
before
pick up
they
the other
tear down
skulls.
That too.
Yeah, you might want to pick up the other skulls. And
Oh, we've
what are
gotta
we doing
get
with his
this.
body?
Leaving
Well,
it?
Gotta take care of
No,
it.
we gotta get the fourth skull.
The fourth skull is in the body.
We could also just bring the body back to the guard and say, it fell over and died. It's no longer a problem. Please don't mutilate his corpse.
You
Well,
know,
the issue
I don't
is
think.
that
Good.
the issue is we have to explain how it died.
It keeled over.
I
And
think
have
we
to hope
just.
it doesn't get burned.
That's a messy conversation. I don't think we need it.
We could just leave the body.
I don't even know where this is. I mean,
I'm
we're on a floating island, yeah, but whose is it?
Did
Is there any
anyone
sign of
catch?
people here?
Did anyone catch what he said to get here?
Oh,
Gibberish.
definitely not.
Actually, I have a question, Anna.
Yes.
For a circle like this, how similar is it to the one that was in that basement that I went through?
It's very similar.
Okay. Is there like an empty spot in the middle?
No.
Okay.
This one is specifically coded for this island.
Okay. Basically, I'm thinking if it would be possible to, because I went through the portal that was in that basement, to basically go backwards through that one.
Well, do you have magic to activate teleportation circles?
No. I don't know very much about teleportation. I'm just thinking about... I know that some circles can link to other circles, and some are direct portals.
I'm just gonna look her straight in the face and go, do you know someone who's willing to teleport a dead body somewhere?
Maybe.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna let y'all figure out what's going on. I'm gonna sit here. And Otto will just plop on the ground.
That's
And wait for
fair.
a decision.
I can safely say that this has been the worst day in at least 3 days.
Well, you're doing better than the rest of 2020.
Oh no.
No, it was less 3 days and more like it's been about a week. It's been about
Okay, so we need to go back to the stall. First of all, what are we doing with this body? Am I getting the skull out of it? Are we keeping the body with us for some reason?
I
feel
don't
like
see
we
any
should
reason
get
to
the
take the
skull
body
out.
with us. We do need the skull though.
Okay.
And I feel like
Can
we
I-
should do it up here, away from prying eyes.
Yeah, that's why I was figuring, because it's a fucking minotaur, and I'm not carrying a minotaur around.
From what I know of this character, of this Minotaur, no one's going to miss them. No one who isn't a client who is participating in the whole grave digging.
Okay, this is gonna be gross. I'm just gonna let y'all know that right up.
I'm
I've
going
seen
to
surgery
okay.
before.
I'm going to look the other way.
I
I'm just
have
gonna
a very strong stomach.
Conrad.
I would actually like to assist.
Okay. Sure. So, drawing on my knowledge of anatomy and mammals, because of various animal husbandry and stuff, can I roll I know I'm highly proficient in medicine, but do I still need to roll for this? Because I'm cutting it out of someone's body. Because I'm assuming like it's going to be like towards like the center part, because that's where the lungs are, and it looks like the thing went in through its throat and down, and so it would make more sense for it to be like in the central cavity. But
I'm sorry, I love you clasping a hand over your mic.
oh, did I block that out? I'm sorry.
No, we heard you. It was just very funny.
My mic is on my wire, so.
Because you're going for a very specific thing, I am going to have you roll. Because you are proficient in it, I want you to roll with advantage.
Excellent. This is medicine.
I believe in you, even though Zila is turned away.
Hey.
22.
Excellent. Okay. So describe for me the kind of incision that you want to make.
Okay, so I probably have like my basic knife set with me from cooking. And so I pull out the deboning knife because it makes sense.
You said
And the
boning.
body is dead already. And so it's going to be like cut the shirt open, lay it out, see that's a big fuzzy mess because it's a minotaur, and be like, okay, so judging on based on the shoulder placement, I'm going to assume that this is where his heart is. I'm going to go towards either the lung, like that area right where the lung and heart are both, because it's going to be probably close to one or the other because it went down his throat.
Okay.
And so I'm going to make an incision. Last chance for anyone who wants to look away. This is going to get messy. And I've already taken off my leather jacket, so it's off to the side so it won't get covered in blood.
Okay.
Because it's like my only piece from one of my dad's.
Before we get too far with this,
Yes.
I just want to make sure, are you guys comfortable with
Oh yeah.
this?
Are y'all comfortable with medical surgery? I can skip past this if necessary.
I can deal with descriptions. I just, there's no visual, obviously.
Okay.
I'm vibing. I'm
You
just
look
here.
good? I just want to double check because I actually know how to do this. That's why I was asking.
Fair enough. I've read about some pretty nasty stuff in books before, so it's fine.
I am
Are you cool,
fascinated.
Anna?
Oh, I'm fascinated. Please.
Okay. So essentially, it would be like an eye incision where you cut across the top, across the bottom, down the middle,
Okay.
and you peel it back because skin is just like a membrane. And so the fur would come back with that. So it'd give you like a place to work. And that would reveal the musculature and stuff right here,
Okay.
which is already kind of like broken because of the throat
Yes.
gashing. So I'd probably start there and just bring it down so I'm not adding more incisions.
Okay.
And so I would see any abnormal shapes that would be protruding through the musculature. And if I can't see it, then I'd cut through the there's like fascia and stuff covering the muscle, so I'd cut through that and the muscle to reveal the heart and lungs where they actually are. So I'd see any objects right there
Excellent.
through the rib cage. I haven't broken the rib cage yet. I've just gotten to a point where I can see the rib cage and stuff.
Okay. So it takes you approximately an hour. Just because of the sinew and the muscle and the strength required to do this.
Luckily, I have the right tools for butchering things.
Absolutely. And you do find it. You find it halfway through the muscles with the long and pointed portion of this strange, mysterious skull just starting to break through between the ribs of the rib cage.
Okay, so there are like two ribs keeping it from actually coming out.
Yeah, the
So you have like ribs in the skulls like that.
yes.
Okay, so bone mallet and pick, because those are part of a butcher's kit. Is you have a mallet, you have a pick to break through any like bones that you're trying to pull out easily.
I'm absolutely not taking notes for future potential use.
Okay.
That's my legal disclaimer.
Okay, so to preface this, I don't know how to do this on a human, but I have butchered animals before because I've been a hunter. That's how I know this. If you're going for a particular place, this is how you do it. That's the only reason I know this. I don't know how to do this on people. Legal preface.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to make sure all of our asses are covered on this one.
Yeah, it's on animals. I'm a hunter. It's family. You learn how to fend for yourself in the wild if you absolutely have to. I just happen to have fancy tools.
I don't think, and I don't know like a lot about anything, but I'm gonna say, just gut reaction, that yanking a random alien skull out from some dead minotaur ribs is extremely not very high on the NSA's list of priorities.
Fair.
Okay.
I
But-
think we don't need to cover our bases on this one.
It is recorded though, so I just figured I'd put it out there. But yeah, so I basically break the ribs at a certain point, pull them out, pull the skull out wearing gloves, like with a piece of a spare cloth or something. I'm not actually touching the skull because I don't want him to fucking possess me. Because he's talked about thinking about it before. And so I'll pull that out and like put it on the side. And I guess put the ribs back in gently to make sure they align correctly.
Oh yes, these are normal ribs that are lined up in a normal rib formation.
I wish Ada beefed that role so he could do a surgeon simulator bit.
Oh my
Oh, I
god.
totally would. But no, she'll like put them in correctly, and she probably has like twine or something where she ties them in there so that they don't move out of place. And then she'll like fold everything back over and sew it shut as she goes. So it's like,
He's dead.
yeah, but he might come back. I don't know.
Unlikely.
Because
If
we
he
pulled the skull out of him, so I'm assuming that something's going to happen. I don't know.
I'm gonna argue that if he comes back one more time, we don't want him structurally sound.
I agree for
Is
once.
this a conversation that y'all are having with Ada? As she's doing this?
Yes. Yes.
It just doesn't seem right to leave a corpse not whole. That's like the whole shit we got ourselves into.
Well, someone else got us into, and
Well,
we're
yeah,
taking
but
ourselves out of.
But my point is disrespect of the dead is what got people into this. So might as well cover all our bases, right?
That
Have
was
a possessed
a
skull
bit
in.
different because they were prepared dead.
This is a
This
double
is
dead.
a corpse. It's a little different.
Fine, I just
And-
leave him with his chest gaping open, and I just storm off. How the fuck do I get down? And so now there's a
Just
gaping
throw
hole. I don't sew up the muscle or anything. The ribs are just kind of laying in his chest, and Otto's fed up because she's
That's
trying to do the thing.
That's fair. That's fair.
Nothing against y'all. She's just had a day. It's like.
It has
We
been
are
a
all
day.
having a day.
Someone keep an eye on the
There's-
fucking skull so it doesn't start burrowing or something.
God, like a chest burster.
Oh.
There's the tent up here.
There is.
I'm gonna drag the body up into the tent.
Excellent.
There's somebody in the tent.
Well, they're in for a
Ada.
rude awakening.
Hey, Ada.
Yes.
I'm gonna need you to roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh
Oh
no!
yeah. Because I touched the fucking blood.
Yeah.
Magic blood! Magic blood!
Hmm.
I'm not paying attention because surgery
Saving or
runs.
check? Oh, surgery's done. Is it a check or save?
Oh, it is a save.
Wisdom seed.
It's 26.
I think that will do.
Yeah. You know,
But not 26.
as you look at this skull, you start to feel loss, like a deep sense of grief. And then you realize you are just at the end of your emotional tether for the day, given the amount of weird shit you have encountered. And it
That's
passes.
done.
And it passes. You shake it off and you're just like, you know what? No.
No.
Just no. Conrad, what is your strength again?
16.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to drag him over. I'm not going to make you roll for it.
This is
Uh,
so classy.
do you drag him into the tent or just to the tent?
Yes, into the tent.
Okay. Uh, what you find in the tent are blankets and some pillows, and um, there's a small mess kit in a wooden bucket off to the side. There's a lantern suspended on a short piece of rope from the center of the interior of the tent. Um, it's fairly spacious for what it is, and it's in fairly good condition. It looks like it has been, fairly recently used, but it is empty. So you drag him in and you lay him out on the blankets. Um, what would you like to do with him now that he's in this tent?
I'm
And do I
debating
need a
lighting
content
everything
warning?
on fire
Fair enough.
because there is just the lantern there.
Hmm.
Yeah. I
Flip a coin.
don't
Roll
really
D2.
have anything to reach it if it's not uh, close enough for me to reach.
It is.
Then I will grab the lantern. I assume it's lit.
No, it is not lit, but it does have about half a the. It's an oil lantern, and it's about half full.
Okay. Would I have brought my tinderbox? Probably not.
Put it in your pocket.
No.
Don't you ask for help from one of the magic people? Cough, cough.
Yeah, but then you're culpable.
Okay, to be fair, I don't have any spells that set things on fire. I have the opposite.
Did the druid take produce flame?
No.
Why not?
The
My
druid
one spell,
takes her.
because the druid took Goodberry, because she's a farmer, and just happens to be really good at picking berries.
Produce
Dig
flame
off.
is a cantrip.
Her whole
Are
shtick
you
is she doesn't know she has magic.
are you looking for a tinderbox, my friend?
I will stick my head back out and go, can I get a light?
You have to say you're sorry first.
Or what?
Many things. Being mean to me.
You threw the first punch.
You did
And then
swing
I
first.
and then I apologized and I offered to help you up off the ground multiple times. And I have given you much information about me and my deal. And you have not provided this in turn.
No,
You
but
I'd
know, it's
say-
just fast.
you haven't asked.
Conrad, it is just faster if you say sorry and get it over with, and then we can go about our day. Because I am really close to my limit right now, and I have no patience.
That's
I
completely fair.
am sorry.
All right,
There we go. Does that work?
here you are. I hand over the tinderbox.
Thank you. And I duck back inside. You hear glass break as I dash the lantern on the blankets and pillows and just light the edge of one that's not wet with oil and walk out.
He's okay. He's doing fine.
Oh, look. There's
Hand it
smoke.
back.
How did
We should
Jeez.
go.
Does
That's
anyone
not
know
quite-
how to go?
Don't you think
kind
a
of-
large column of smoke in the sky will kind of draw attention?
To be fair, there's a lot of fires and stuff right now. We are
There's
kind of
already been
infested.
attention drawn to us. The guards already saw us.
Vaguely. But
Yeah, they
I
saw
know-
us getting attacked by a perceived undead. That's what
They
it
saw
looked like.
chasing after a perceived undead.
Anyways, How are we getting down? That's
I don't think I can do it.
Here?
do we jump? Is there? Can I look around? See, there's
We
like a
don't
fucking
jump?
ladders. What's with our day? We might as well jump and see if we fly.
I
Yeah.
don't have a spell for that. I could not help you.
I can't do that yet.
I'm sure our corpses would rain down lovely. Sorry, I'm not usually this negative, but it's been a day.
It has been.
Okay.
I just
Big
want.
corpses when they're raining down.
Did you want to investigate the area?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I do a quick perception check as a basic glance around, or does it have to be investigation?
If it's what you want to do. So if you just want to glance
a
quickly
quick-
around.
Because Ada's having like no patience for shit. She's not actually looking. She's just doing that whole thing where you're frustrated and you're just like flop. So it's just gonna be a quick perception check because I was really bad at an investigation.
Absolutely, go right ahead.
That's a 6.
Nice.
All right.
See, like it's even less. Oh no, the intelligent one has the less investigation.
God.
Does
Can I roll
anyone?
an investigation?
What was that?
Can I roll for investigation?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to take a closer look at your surroundings, absolutely. What specifically are you looking
I
for?
tried.
Particularly like looking for ways to get down from this island, looking at the portal to see if there's anything indicating that, you know, we could just use it without having to know how to spell the spell.
Okay.
There's a mundane form of getting down.
That's not the correct
intimidation.
roll.
That's intimidation.
Should I re-roll or do the now one
Yes,
transfer?
I think you should absolutely re-roll, unless you would like to intimidate the circle into giving up its secrets.
Tell me, oh,
Nice.
tell me your secrets, circle.
The duality of man.
Truly, the competence, she knows how to look at things, but if she tried to intimidate someone, they would just look directly back at her and tell her that she looks like one of the Smurf characters from James Cameron's Avatar. And she
Okay.
would wilt.
So I bring to mind for my dear players a little document in which I described my feelings on nat 20s and nat 1s.
Oh yeah, this.
Oh boy.
Whoa.
Zila, you move back towards where you landed, or where you appeared. And as you widen your search in a spiral pattern, you focus very intently on the ground as if there's some sort of leaf or twig that you might nudge into a certain position that would just activate everything. You know you're reaching with these thoughts, but it's just been a day.
Yeah. I'm channeling the spirit of that one crazy dude from the basement.
In your outward spiraling pattern of movement, you come quite close to the embankment, and your foot slips,
Oh no.
and you tumble into the drink.
Oh boy.
Does Zila know how to swim?
No! You think that she'd be allowed to get close enough to the water on that island to ever learn how to swim?
I
If it
mean,
helps, Ada definitely does know how to swim.
You think her brother took her to the beach? No! Um, help!
I'm going.
Oh, Ada will let Nia do it.
Ah, yep, can't swim. This is fun.
Okay.
Neve just like sheds the backpack, throws the sword down, and just like swan dives.
It's a
beautiful.
river. It's a river. You don't need to check the depth. Is Zila like able to stand up?
Am I able to stand up?
Yes.
Ah,
Zila, just focus
You
and just put your feet on the ground.
Do either Zila or Neve realize this?
not
Once
for
I get
some
my feet
time.
kind of planted, I'm just like, I don't know how to swim. I'm
Not for
sorry. I panicked.
It is
Zila, I need you to just put your arms out straight and extend your feet down.
I'm going to do that then.
it is after several long hilarious moments that as you do this, Sela, you realize, wait a minute, I'm standing.
Uh,
And the water comes about midway up your chest. So I mean, it's
It's about 4 feet.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Do you want to help her out, please? Yes. Just
Please.
pull her out.
Niev, how do you discover that you're able to stand?
I discover it approximately. Let me just run the math on this. I'll roll a couple things for it, and let me just. You're getting all this good dice audio. Because I'm rolling a bunch of dice.
Oh my goodness,
Approximately a fourth of a second after she dives in, she hits the bottom of the river.
God. We are all a mess.
And just immediately like pops up, just shaking off like
a dog.
Or is this like a Little Mermaid moment?
no.
It is
With
not
your hair
glamorous
around.
whatsoever.
No, Niev is very like it is just because Niev normally has like really fluffy, big kind of hair, but now it's just like flat.
Like a drowned rat.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
She's like, Zila, let me help you. And just like wades through. And just like right in front of Zila, like, here, take my arm.
Okay. I don't have any choice at this point. It was either do that or just sit here and cry.
Niev just gives a little whoopsie daisy and puts Zila like on her back and just like stomps back out of the water.
Thanks.
Excellent. All right. So, Conrad has set this tent on fire.
And is just watching these two as it's lit up behind
I'm
him.
just gonna sit on the ground when we get back to safe, dry, sweet ground. And I'm
Are
just
you
gonna
sitting
sit
next
there and
to
let
Anna?
all the stress of today just turn into just like, I'm not crying. I'm not crying.
And Ada will throw her hand over Zila's shoulder and go, yeah.
Niev walks a little ways off and just goes like dries off.
All right. So, I want to know, Conrad, what do you do? Just, what do you do? You've set this tent on fire. You've watched these, Tribunal of Chaos.
They're just there in the river.
Conrad, do you know how to get down?
I would assume that the teleportation circle would take us back down. I will go over to it. I will stand on it, and I will just say, down.
The teleportation circle lights up.
That's what I wasn't sure about, but you saying that you needed to cast the spell threw me off. I was like,
I don't know. As far as Anna knows, someone did this big fancy like ritual thing to get her over across the rent.
I don't know. Zila's only word once.
And so she was like assuming that's what had to happen because she's never seen a teleportation
These
circle
are
before.
keyed. It goes from A to B and nothing else.
Anna
Also,
doesn't
here
do
is
that.
and boy. Tell him you love him.
Okay, so Anna
Oh,
will
I
just
love you,
like
furry
pull.
buddy.
Anna will pull Zila up, just onto the circle and go down.
Thanks.
Oh my god.
Oh, the times we will have.
Are you following?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Neve collects her stuff and is like, "Oh, I guess we leave now."
Okay. All right. So, I know we're about half an hour over from where we said we would end for the night. So I want to stop it here and do our shout outs for the indie and small press games that you all should check out so that you can stop giving your money to that motherfucking Wizards of the Coast.
We're
That's
talking to you,
Yeah.
chat.
valid.
Let's start with B.
Oh, sure. You had to put me on the spot there. As a good starter, Coriolis is a very fun tabletop RPG. It's a space. It's like sci-fi and has like cool mystic stuff going on. There's all sorts of stuff going on there. That's always a fun one. I know that they're a fairly smaller tabletop RPG, and that it's. I've watched several people play it. I've like looked at the rulebook myself. It's got some really cool stuff in there to play around with. I don't have the link for them because I wasn't prepared for this, but yeah, go check out Coriolis. If you like space shit, yay space.
Can you
Yes.
spell that for me?
Coriolis.
Yeah.
Let me type it out real quick. Sorry.
Okay.
I have to do that too sometimes.
Sorry, I have dyslexia, so I have to spell it out sometimes.
That's
Okay,
totally
it's going to be, it's going to be Coriolis. So,
Like that?
yes, yes, that is Coriolis.
Okay. Excellent.
And that it can be found all sorts of places here.
Would it be on
Am I allowed to put link?
I think you're about to put. I think you're allowed to put links.
I'm sure you are, but
Okay, then let me just drop the link in chat. That'll make things easier. We can have these prepared next time because I didn't know I was going to be shouting something out. I thought we had stuff set already. Here we go. This is. You can find all the rule books and stuff here. And that's going to be for Coriolis.
nice.
Excellent. All right. Smith.
Hi. This week to show and tell,
Obvious.
I'm bringing Monster Hearts 2.
Nice.
It is a powered by the Apocalypse system, so same basic mechanics as any other Apocalypse World game. Basic premise is It thematically draws a lot of inspiration from shows like Buffy or Supernatural, where monsters exist and they're people like you and me. Uh, Specifically, the players in Monster Hearts 2 are monsters, but are also high schoolers. And so they're dealing high school stuff and monster stuff.
I
Uh,
want to play Monster High, the game.
Oh my god, yes.
That
Like
sounds pretty
uh,
awesome.
one shot, but
yeah, it, really good for one shot stuff. Character creation in it is extremely streamlined. It's really mechanically light. It's a lot roleplay driven. Session zero, I've actually run a bit of a game in it. Session zero is a lot of fun because it's not just the game master building it, everybody at the table contributes, or else. Uh,
Nice.
the standard is building the homeroom class for the high school that you're in. Although you can obviously come up with other ways. There are content warning. There is mechanics for. It's a game about exploring yourself. There's mechanics for
romance and
built-in
physical
mechanics
affection.
for. Yeah. One of the base moves everybody gets is turn someone on. And every single character, with a few exceptions, has what is called a sex move, where after you sleep with somebody, it does something special. There are
Oh god. NSFW, but I love it though.
Okay.
there are there are also rules in here that I meant
We
to
are children.
find early, but yeah, high schoolers. Uh, there are rules in here
Go check it
for
out.
asexual characters as well, which is
Nice.
really nice for for a game built on characters having romantic and sexual relationships with each
I
other.
feel seen.
Nice. Yay.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. All right. Livy.
Yeah. What's up? So I picked out a game that I haven't done a super stop raving. I picked out a game that I haven't done a super deep dive into, but that aesthetically I super dig. Glitter Hearts. I picked it up in that big, massive itch.io bundle that was going on. So if you have that bundle, you have that game, and
Oh shit. I have that then. Okay.
yeah, like a ton of people picked up that bundle, but it is a RPG about it is a magical girl RPG.
I want to try it so badly now.
We could run it like one of us could figure out how to run it and whatever, but it like it says there's rules for building your social side and building your like hero side, um, and like I've always wanted to play the game, the Powered by the Apocalypse game, Masks,
Ooh.
which is some, but like the Masks character that I built is basically just a magical girl who does all this stuff. So now this is a character I've wanted to play for a while, but it's the whole system,
Nice.
Excellent.
and aesthetically it's super cool looking. I think it's like it's on itch.io. I think it's like $15 by itself.
Okay.
Cool,
That's
cool,
all.
cool. Aries.
Hi. Today I would like to preach to you the good word of Alpha Duo RPG because it is a thing that I've been seeing pop up on my timeline a lot. They have their Kickstarter running. They have not met their goal yet, and they're hoping to by the end of the month. The way that they're set up explicitly is to try and deviate from the norms of 5e, branch away, do something different, but also that this is very flexible. The rules can be shifted to match the party tone, whether you're more interested in combat or more interested in RP, because 5e has problems when it comes to the balance between the stabby go die mechanics and everything else in terms of volume, which I am not a fan of. But I think this is going to be really cool, and there's a specific setup for compatibility when you're moving things that are traditionally made for 5e to this system, so you can convert it basically. And
It was one of those things where we could convert a character into that system fairly simply.
Yeah, from what I saw in that Kickstarter, they're basically converting whole modules that were designed for 5e. I don't know how flexible the character system is because I have to look through the whole thing. But the basic rules are out online already. They were released back in June. It's run by Purple Aether Games, and the creator is Jacob S. Kellogg on Twitter. He's a cool dude. You should follow him.
Okay. Oh,
I will find his @ Hang on.
And do we want to say where everyone can find us online?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Where can we find everybody? Let's start with Aries and go backwards.
Okay, cool. I always forget what my @ is because I never look at the damn thing. So I will post it in chat. Hi, I'm Aries. Most of what I do is just art stuff. So between that and me spamming out political content that no one asked for and bad hot takes, that is my @ It is Aries_Alyssa GD.
I'm going to have these all triggered to bot commands next time.
Nice. Okay.
It's going to be so much easier.
You come for the art and the thirst bait, and you stay for the bad takes.
Awesome. Livy?
Oh, yeah. I'm at Livy Coddle on Twitter. LIVICOTTLE. It's a gamble what you're gonna get from me on any given day. I live tweeted the first half of Hamilton before we sat down. And other times I yell it. I also have political takes, and also I don't know. Twitter's a weird platform.
Just remember to social distance by keeping exactly 2 Ben Shapiros or 6 feet apart at all times. Seriously, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
All
so yeah,
right.
that's me.
Smith!
Where can people find you online?
So I technically have a Twitter.
You
at
do.
The Elgathor. It's my name. You saw it in chat. Should have. I don't have anything there yet because I don't go on Twitter that much. You can find me same tag on Tumblr. I don't really post a whole lot of my own stuff. It's fairly just whatever over there. I follow a bunch of people.
It's a nice mix of things.
Yeah, something like that.
All right. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
You good?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I am at midnight_Suna on Twitter, Instagram. I think that's all I have right now. I used to have Tumblr, but I got rid of that during Big Purge. You know what I'm talking about.
You and half of Tumblr.
Well,
Because I refresh my dashboard right now.
Wait, are you talking about the big porn purge?
Oh yeah. The majority of my account was drawing figures, and since it's figure drawing, it looked like porn, and so they just banned my entire account. So
the majority of mine was.
It used to be I write prophecies, I write memes, not prophecies, but
Seen your account around.
Oh wow, but yeah. So I am at midnight_Suna on most platforms, including Steam. So if you want to hit me up there, that's where I'm most active. My Twitter is anything from boosting artist signals to activism to random ass memes at 3 a.m. to political takes to helping spread the word on funding and all whatever. I do a lot of stuff. I'm also a photographer. So
Nice.
yeah, you'll find a grab bag of interesting things that are relevant to most people's life if you're a decent human being. So yeah, that's where you can find me. Anna?
Okay, so hey, you can find me on Twitter at Dice Rolling Mama. Um, you will find a lot of angry political bullshit and coronavirus shouting, "Wear your fucking masks!"
Yes, wear
Oh
your mask,
damn!
wash your
Oh damn!
hands,
Hold on.
6 feet away around.
Um,
Yes, ma'am.
and also you'll find me life tweeting the absolute destruction and failed attempts to rebuild my emotionally shattered life. So it's
It
all fun
is
and
what it
games.
is.
It is all fun and games on my
Want to
Twitter.
love and support you, damn it.
Also, you will
Yeah.
find that I will retweet a lot of Black Lives Matter things, and you know, every day is a really good day to arrest the men that murdered Breonna Taylor.
Agreed.
The best day would be when it happened.
Yeah.
The second best day would be right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to go out saying Black Lives Matter, Gay Lives Matter. Uh, we are here with the queer. Deal with it. Also, please wear your fucking masks.
Wear your fucking masks. Wear your fucking masks. Yay!
All right, good game, everybody.
Alright, y'all have a good one.
Alrighty.
GG.
We'll see you next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern with hopefully a lot better start.
For real this time.
Yes, absolutely. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week.
Oh, Captain, my captain.
Peace.